We just finished the graduation ceremony for this NSA Speakers Academy 2015. Next year, we will be called ProTrack, Accelerate Your Speaking Business. And that's exactly what we did this year. Anyone who was here tonight will tell you they were amazing. In fact, I got a note passed from someone who was in the first academy, and it said, "Were we this good?" And yes, they were this good. The academy will now be, as I said, ProTrack, Accelerate Your Speaking Business. It will start on March 22nd with Norm Levy. And I think anyone who's been in the academy will tell you, well, in fact, Bill Thomas had it in one of his testimonials. He said it was worth the entire tuition to hear Norm Levy. He will ask the 7 strategic questions that we need to think about to get our business growing and moving. And the first year I had him at the beginning of the year. Last year I had him at the end. I've moved him back to the first of the year because I want everyone thinking about these questions as we move through the year. And then, we're calling it ProTrack for a really good reason. You are going to hear from pros. Following Norm will be a gentleman named Brian Walter, who will be the president of the National Speakers Association year after next. He is a CSP, which is a Certified Speaking Professional, and I would say, how many? Maybe 80% of those of us who are presenting at the ProTrack are CSPs. Brian happens to also be a recipient of the Council of Peers Award of Excellence, which is given to only 5 speakers in the National Speakers Academy each year. So he is really held in high esteem. But there's more. Bill Stainton will be presenting, and those of you who are Seattle natives may remember the TV show Almost Live. Bill was the producer of that show for 18 years. He is the winner of, just ask him, 29 Emmys. And one of his programs is How to Think Like a Producer, which of course we are as speakers. He also does a program on storytelling. Brian does one on involving your audience. Then we'll hear from a wonderful national and international keynoter, Anna Layata, who wrote the book Generational Codes, Cracking the Generational Codes, big hit with the Academy members. And I brought in someone who's worked with a lot of the Academy members but is not a national member, and her name is Lenora Edwards. She is the coach of entrepreneurs, and she comes in and asks the ProTrack members, what are your 10 commandments? And by that she means, what will you say yes to, what will you say no to? And as an assignment, each month they're given an assignment for the next month, and the ProTrack members get up and give 3 minutes about this assignment. One of the assignments was, what are your 10 commandments? Somebody mentioned, I heard them mention in the testimonial, one of Brian's programs is how to say what you do so people actually want you to keep talking. And of course, one of the assignments is to come up with your wow statement, which is what he calls it. So I made it to Anna and Lenora. Then we hear from people who have created more books and products than you can imagine. Ron Rael has written 18 books. He talks about how that all happened and how you can get started. Carla Cross, I've completely lost track. She has written books. She's also created CD learning systems. She's in the real estate business. She is so well known in that business. And Earl Bell, who is our president-elect of our chapter. We'll talk about the book he's written. Then don't forget, this is all about the business of speaking. So we bring in Linda Keith, who is also a CSP and a CPA. And she will, I think she calls it Show Me the Money. And she's basically talking about how you figure out how much you should charge, how much you want to make, what your expenses are. Very, very practical. And with her is her son, Brian Keith, who has Red Beard Consulting. And he couldn't be here last year because he was in Great Britain speaking. Yeah. So that's the quality of people that we have. And we actually, the last meeting of the year or the term, we have a panel of experts who come in. And last year it was Brian and Bill. and Linda and Mel DePoli and me, who answer kind of all the questions that you might have. Now, I just mentioned Mel. She is our current president of our chapter, and she does a program that she did at a recent NSA convention called Leveraging LinkedIn. So she's making it very clear that for you to be successful, you also have to have a presence in social media. So I'm Dean Jan. You'll see my email and phone number on the screen. Call me if you have questions. Go to our great website, nsaspeaker.org. Look up in the menu, it'll say ProTrack, and everything is listed there. I haven't yet updated the program lineup for the year, the coming year, but know that it's going to be most of the same people. We want you there. If you want to be a professional speaker, if you want to speak to promote your business, if you want to just get better at what you're doing, join us at ProTrack.